Mouse idea the button if we did this video before.
But this one for what?
Oh shit.
I tap.
Hello. But we tap also cannot see. Oh, can see.
Can see right? Some people.
Just for show, you angle it away from the light. Like that.
打nampak了.
Just see the-
So change the switcher back. Cannot see because
We
it's
live
not
already,
showing
right?
here.
Okay.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Apa meh? Oh.
Alamak. Can also talk cannot eh?
It's okay. The audience can be part of our setup now.
I don't know.
Hello. Selamat
Hello.
Hari
Hari Raya.
Raya. I don't know how to sing the rest.
This is a very awkward start. Hello, Nathan.
Hi Nathan.
Yes, nice to see you. Yes, so I guess we'll just wait a couple minutes for people to start rolling in because I think we're streaming this on YouTube and also your LinkedIn, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
my LinkedIn.
Trista's first live.
Not really.
Huh?
Not really.
Not really. Not.
I take it back. I have definitely been on the streams as well.
Not really.
I've been watching faithfully. Okay, so while we're waiting for people to roll in, perhaps if you guys were away on the weekend to do anything fun or to balik kampong, perhaps you can share, where were you from, what were you doing, and if you have any food for us as well, that would be ideal.
Rendang. Rendang.
Just saying, we enjoy cooking too, so any spare rendang and all that, you know where to find us. So yes, Tris, what is your fit today?
My fit.
Yes.
I'm just wearing.
Why do we call it sarong and slippers?
Oh, because I'm wearing slipper but cannot see. Slipper
Angkat lah.
and sarong. Blue one. Yeah, I'm matching blue. Then I think everyone should introduce their sarong. Different color we got.
Oh yes.
But
So mine is more orange, red,
One pair.
matching top, matching with the top.
Yeah, matching with the top.
Gradient.
correct. But you can also see my stomach. My goodness. Sit back down first. Yeah, and then Tris. Sorry, Tris pull up. Fish.
Okay, mine is also.
Ew!
Ah. Mine is also a red, bluish, so pairs with them also lah. And then with the slipper as well. So we all wear sarong and slippers on our live show. And you
Yes.
can see lah, we are very casual talk. Okay.
Yeah. So as for today's topic, right? What did I sign up for? Perhaps you could share what you guys are signing up for. So this evening, again, there's nothing formal. We have been influenced to wear slippers and shorts now as well, sarong included. And yeah, what we're covering today is basically, the journey that we've had as students and realizing whether that's really what we signed up for when we, enrolled into uni, starting to be a student and figuring life out, whether that's what we thought our expectations were when we went into uni versus now that we're working, what's the reality? So yeah, I think it's quite an interesting, topic, especially for fresh graduates, for example, because
Yeah. I
it's
think
that journey that we all wondered about when we just started
everyone
studying.
is lost.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
until
one has a
now.
Still figure things out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess while we wait for more people, I think we all come from very different backgrounds, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in terms of our degrees and all that are very different.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we can start with like what we study.
Okay. So I was studying a law degree, and then I was supposed to finish the whole journey of being a lawyer by taking the CLP, but then I just stopped at the CLP test. Then after that, I just decided to transition into something else because of some special circumstances lah. But now is I'm doing completely different from law, which is like marketing, nothing related to law at all. Yeah.
But there are legalities to marketing also, ma.
Not really related me, but okay lah. Nothing. I think that the only thing that is like relevant probably is the writing part lor.
You need to write a lot.
Yeah, the research part, that how we research, I can apply it to the marketing part, but that's all about it lah. Yeah.
Right, because I think when I met you, you're still halfway doing your CLP, right?
Yeah, I'm still halfway doing my CLP.
Do you want to explain to the audience what the CLP is for those who are not law students?
So CLP is a test. Is like a lot of people thought like when you study law degree after 4 years, they thought it's just that after the degree then you're a lawyer, but it's not. We have to take another test, study another 9 months like master, then to take the CLP exam, and you have to qualify it. Then only you can start pupillage. Something like pupillage is like apprenticeship. But then for the CLP, we have only 4 attempts we can take, and after that 4 attempts, then you just not eligible to take the test anymore. For me, in my context is I just took once the exam, the first attempt. Then after that, I just stopped. I just decided to try something else outside of law. That's how I met Tyler also on LinkedIn, because I was trying to get a job on LinkedIn. Yeah.
Well, I think LinkedIn was really just through casual chatting first, right? Because I think we met in like Eric's comment section. Wow.
Actually, I don't know why you.
Everyone.
I don't know what do you see in me that you wanted to recruit me to the marketing side.
Okay.
I've never asked you that question.
I won't go into that. I won't go into that.
Okay.
But yeah, I think Nathan here mentioned that he's gang former CLP also.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan, you also you finished your CLP, right? I remember that time you told me you had a fever, and then you had to continue your paper afterwards also.
Yeah.
Because that time was still the COVID, so you're like fever.
But wait, but now he's not in legal side as well.
I think he didn't continue, but don't know.
Yeah, you can share your story as well, Nathan.
Yeah, type it down, share with everyone
happened.
also. This is a safe space. No, we're not here to judge you. We all did the same thing.
Yeah, we all did the same thing. So what about you? What did you study in?
Okay, I studied a general business degree because I was one of those people that I didn't know exactly what I want to study. I didn't want to commit to a specialized course like accounting, finance, for example, right? So what I ended up doing was my compromise with my parents is I'll just take a general degree that should be relatively easy to graduate from. And the majors, I'll pick the majors that they think is good to take first long. Because I'm like, I don't know what to study, I'll listen first lah. So I actually started my degree in business by majored in accounting and finance. And yeah, I think for my post today also I shared that I failed all my finance units in my first year, successfully failed everything. And therefore my degree changed to my accounting units and a mixture of marketing and management lah. So that's what my degree consisted of later. And because it's such a general degree, it's not to say I'm not in the business field, but it's so general that it's
applicable
You're
to
actually
everything.
yeah, you can work as anything.
yeah. But do I actually apply all the theories that I studied? Not really. I don't think so. So yeah, that's my degree. But on to fish.
Yeah. So I studied in finance and economics degree. So I studied everything, and I thought I wouldn't want to sit in a bank and just work 9 to 5. But that's me lah. I don't really enjoy working. Sitting at one point and doing. Although I'm doing the same thing right now. Okay, but then yeah, I just think that finance is not for me as well because I'm not a risk taker. I'm not a risk taker, so I don't want to like invest in things. I don't want to be a finance manager, to manage other people's finance. I'm not into that lah. So just tried working as I intern as some accounting thing, but then I also don't like it because it's something to do with Excel a lot. So it's very boring lah.
Spreadsheets.
Very very boring because you just have to look at papers and then back to your screens and then key in the numbers. So after that, I think I've also shared on LinkedIn as well that I've actually took a rest for around 6 months to take care of my grandma. Then after that, I also bumped into Eric on LinkedIn. So now I'm here.
Yeah, that's the funny thing. I never knew that you were actually in finance before this because I met you already. You were with Chubab already, Ma.
Yeah.
That time. Okay, so how did that transition happen for you though? Like, how do you stumble into marketing?
Actually, I've never thought of doing anything related to marketing because I'm not, I don't really like to meet with people. I don't even use social media myself, like Facebook or or Instagram. I only use LinkedIn for now, and for that, I don't really think of doing like becoming a marketing person lah. So, but I'm just very open to opportunities. So when Eric talked to me that I was actually searching for a job that time lah. So when he talked to me whether if I'm opening to taking up the job he offers. So when I thought of it, I think why not, right? So I just took the opportunity and just try it.
Right.
Interesting. Oh, but Sharon has commented. So Sharon said because she studied law, she get lawan to kuli.
Employment.
Pause to the
Employees.
No lah, papaya lawan one. Always peaceful. He's controlling the camera, so be great. Everything's good.
He's now also coolie for us because we are doing the live, so he coolie at the back.
Correct. Sama-sama kuli together.
Hi, Chris.
Yeah, Chris is also here. Hi, Chris. Always here, 8:05. Oh, and Nathan has shared his story also. So Nathan's path, very similar to Chris, except passed exam 2 months into his new job. Oh, so he actually started working first and then he completed the paper. Right, so currently, writer at an agency writing about international education and enterprise tech.
Oh.
Here we go. Another job that you can transition from law degree.
Yeah, because I think you guys write quite heavily as well, right? So you used to like heavy text in a way.
I don't know how to. But I think we are just doing it for the sake of, sorry to say that, for the sake of the academy lah, for the sake of the assignment lah. I don't think people actually, okay, maybe just me, I don't really put that much of effort into what I'm writing lah. I just trying to complete my assignment. But I know there are people out there that when they are doing their law degree, they actually like you say heavily like write a lot of things and try heavily research and all that, and actually really good writer. Yeah, probably Nathan is one of the example that really good writers. That's why he can transition out as a writer at the agency. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think back to the question, right? So what we study and have we changed path? I think safe to say kind of. Right?
We all change our path.
Yeah. All of us have changed paths into marketing. It's how we're all in the same agency at the moment.
Yeah.
Right. So I guess that was one arc, from the part where we started studying. And, again, for those who have just joined us, perhaps you can share your experience as well. What have you studied, and is it still what are you working in the field that you studied, or have you changed paths, and yeah, we'd love to hear your stories because all of us are quite different as well. So it'd be good to hear more from you guys as well. Right. So moving on from this, right, now that we've changed paths into our current jobs, there's also the question of how jobs evolve over time, right? Because I know you guys have been here for like longer than I have already. I just joined this year. So yeah, I guess how have your jobs changed over time? And we'll start with employee number one.
Oh. Wow, very difficult question to answer.
Because the boss is here.
Don't sweat. If you're sweating, it's because of the lights.
I think I started out as like doing basically like what Fish was saying, that very open to opportunity. I was open to opportunity and open to try something new. It was like from handling like a PA, but then also then I try on writing a little bit, and then afterwards move on like ghostwriting part also, I think ghostwriting part, and then also planning on the content, and then I have tried I think we tried many things. We tried a live session. Yeah, we tried a live session, and then we try tagging along client to. No, I think mostly nowadays just my job just switched to handling's account. So it was a combination of writing, editing, handling, planning. That's how my job evolved lah. Yeah, I wasn't like good at like any particular thing, but it's more like okay, I try different thing. In the end of the day, then up to this point, I'm just handling on account manager on handling account, which is on the writing ghost writing part lah. Is my main scope now. Yeah.
So we jump a little bit here. Do you enjoy the change?
I think it's a good change. It's a good change. But then if I have to be honest, the first 6 months was quite tough for me to adapt. But I think that's normal for anyone who just started a new job lah. I think the first 6 months, everyone would feel like, what am I doing? And then you will be like, okay, I really want to quit this job. But then I think by the time you pass the 7th or 8th month, then you will feel like, okay, actually everything is bearable. You just need to hold on longer a little bit, then bit by bit you will know how to overcome it. That's all I say. But yeah, I think everyone will feel similarly like me.
I actually totally agree with Trace, because I was feeling exactly the same thing. I was having like imposter syndrome for the first 6 months.
Yeah, imposter syndrome. Yeah.
Really bad lah, because I doubt all my why am I
Working.
employed in this company?
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
am I chosen? I don't understand, and I don't think I'm qualified.
Emo damage.
This is directly from the bosses. Eric was saying.
Eric was admitting that he was giving us a lot of emotional damage. We don't want to mention it openly. We're scared later if got any legal issues, right? So yeah. Actually, yeah lah. Because when we first joined, we were relatively new. Actually, we are actually new lah to the industry. So we are really we don't really know a lot of things, and the way Eric share his experience is through emotional damage, emotionally damaging us.
Selena in the back doing this.
And that is why for the first 6 months we all doubt ourselves a lot, because we always think that we are not
Good enough.
we are not good enough, and we are not writing.
Are we doing it correctly?
Yeah. But
Why
yeah.
am Wow.
Bye.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Okay, our session ends today. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, but okay lah. We all know lah. We will never be good enough. We are always constantly trying to improve on things, right? But like Trish say, when I first joined, I was actually employed to just write or copywriting, because I told Eric the worst thing lah, because I told him that I enjoy writing lah. But maybe that's not the case lah. I don't know lah. That time I enjoy writing because that's what I do out of my own like interest ma. But then when it comes to job, it turns into a different thing, because when we say like work, use your hobby as your work, it becomes a very different thing. So then after that, I also started doing some simple designs like graphic design, and then also help Eric take some photos for our clients, and also talk to people, have lots of meetings with people.
Basically doing whatever that you hate the most.
Yeah. Which is actually talking to people lah. So but now I'm actually quite okay with that, in the sense that
I think you adapted the
Yeah.
emotional damage.
just like what you said, we after a few months we just know that we just hang on for
but now
another
you
day.
enjoy the emotional damage, right?
No. Never. I'll never. Maybe I'll get used to everything, but the emotional damage, lah. Yeah.
It's okay. It's meant to be uncomfortable. What? Who seeks emotional damage? One. No one. That's why it's such
Tyler,
a.
because you never had it first.
Maybe
Eric,
don't know
Eric,
us, ah.
he's hinting for something.
This is good. This is great.
Need to
This is
level
great.
out a bit, too comfort zone already now.
No comment. All I can say is this has been great.
Okay, what about you? Because you have been here with us for, I think 3 or 4 months now.
Yeah, this
You're
is this
taiko,
journey,
you're
right?
taiko.
No, I'm the most junior in the company. Chill out. Let me enjoy my juniorship. But no, I think so far how it's changed. My job, I think, has been quite similar, but it's different. It's a different style of working though, because like the style I was used to previously, it's like everything needs to be spick and span. There's always documentation everywhere. So, for example, if you want to go for a shoot, you have to do like a year list, a checklist, and then you also need
A
to
brief.
do the brief. The client needs to have the production schedule. So, like 15-minute intervals. Every 15 minutes, what's supposed to happen? Which type of videos we're shooting, and there's a whole time. Then we also can gauge. Okay, we're going to complete this in 4 hours, for example. So it has all that pre-documentation was so heavy. That's why like the folders and all that I used to deal with was nuts. But this is it's a different style of working though, which I quite enjoy because it's not the type of pressure that comes with it, where you need to be always very on point with everything. But it's quite experimental the way we do things also. So that's the camera angle, for example, like shift here, shift there. The lighting that time also everyone's
looking-
Yeah,
adjusting
most of
left
the
and
time we
right.
are just experimenting things.
Yeah.
So it's like the experimentation is part of the fun of I think the creative work that we do also. Because if it becomes too planned and bureaucratic, that's where it kind of kills the creativity. So honestly speaking, it's part of what I like about this because even with working with the clients as well, it's usually on the spot we have that avenue to the client wants to try this, can we try? And the client's also very willing to try with us. So I think that's kind of fun. Because usually in the more corporate sense, it's very you have to follow very
Rigid
strict,
lah.
very rigid guidelines.
SOPs.
Which is it's not bad. I mean it's still fun. It's a part of the
Yeah.
fun work, but you don't have as many mess up moments that you have a lot of fun learning from later as well.
Yeah.
So you were transitioning. Now you're no longer a Pokemon, right?
Yeah, no longer become what then if not Pokemon.
You have to
Evolve,
share with people at first when you join, right, you were like a
Pikachu.
Pikachu Pokemon.
So there exists this meme, right, where it's the Pikachu face, the blurred Pikachu face. It looks like this. So my face in the first week was like, huh? We do this? Because for example, right, one of the culture shocks I had when I first joined, legit, the first day I came, number one, I've never seen Eric wearing collared shirt, long pants, and shoes before. And suddenly the first meeting I had outside with clients with him was full geared up. I'm like, first of all, that's
Oh yes, at the ramen shop.
yeah, at the
You
ramen shop.
who dropped the spoon?
Yeah.
Me,
It's
I literally dropped the spoon. I was like, who the hell is this?
Yeah. So that was the first one. And then the second one was, literally when we went for a meeting, after that, go makan, it's like, we really makan, don't talk about work one. Because for me, it's like lunchtime is the time where we stop doing and we start planning. And then after lunch, we do again, so there was not really a break. So this was a nice change of pace. Where I was like, we really just makan, don't talk about work one. Oh, okay. Yeah, so things like that lah. But I think we have some comments. So we got Joseph. Yes, we waved him just now.
Hi.
Tristan managed to wave, so now Tris has to wave. Okay, Darren said, I studied HR management in uni. Been in HR for the past 14 years. Wow. Okay,
Wow.
so studied in the
14.
field and actually worked in the field for 14 years. So how do you find the field? Are you looking to rotate? Do you rotate between departments? Meaning I know you're in talent management or recruitment, right? But have you changed to different departments before? Can share further also lah. Because I think for 14 years, if you specialize in one also, I'm like, it's quite rare to find someone that does that.
I agree with that. It's very rare to have people in the same industry for so many years.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, we got Gladys. So, hi Gladys. Okay, so she says, I also studied business and I majored in finance and accounting. Ah, okay. So we shared the same emotional damage. But the moment I left the UK, I gave my studies back to my lecturer.
Okay,
Yes,
everyone do
exactly
that.
the same. Because right after my degree, my first job was in recruitment, like first full-time employment was in recruitment. So study all the business stuff only to jump into something that doesn't require it. So yes, similar stories can grab coffee. But yeah, I think on that note, right, perhaps we could jump to the next question. Because I think when we talk about the transition and changes, I mean, there's a lot of times where it's good, but also it's a change of environment, meaning that it's not necessarily better in every way. Some parts of it maybe we feel like it's not quite what we expected.
Yeah.
It's a little bit disappointing, but other fronts it's like we find and discover things that hey, turns out this is actually pretty good or better than expected or different but good in some ways that you wouldn't have imagined or have even thought of, that is like a happy accident. So I guess the next question we can ask is, are we happy in our work life? And maybe I can just refine it a bit more. So, like, are you currently content with the way your work life is structured? Because here we pretty much structure it for ourselves, right? So,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Always the number one first, ma.
Yeah, why?
Takache must have the first say.
But if you say like whether am I content or not with the current work arrangement, I think yes, because after working, because I have a comparison. I have a comparison. I think with working with a lot of frame is not a bad thing sometimes, because everything is well planned and all that. And then I have second type of the freely like just do whatever you want kind of working arrangement. I think that is more, how to say, that is friendlier to people who work in creative industry lah. I don't think people outside of the creative industry can adapt to our work arrangement like this, because there would be like, what do I do with this much of free time? And then so what else can I do? Then there would be like that. And when people just first step into flexible working, I think can be a struggle. It's not as like heaven for everyone that I can just work from home, I can have unlimited leave and all that. I think that's what people are not realizing. But am I content? I think I also took some time to adapt to it. Now, although people say you just change the flexible working, but it's not that easy to get into that, because you actually need like quite high discipline to work in this kind of work arrangement, and you really need to be agile and independent in all ways. Yeah, that's my take.
Okay, so it meant agile and independent. I get your point though, because like
a lot of people
to
think
choose
like
your own work schedule, you need to have the ability to discipline yourself to
Yeah,
follow a schedule, right?
yeah,
Otherwise,
yeah.
it's just kelam kabut saja whole day.
Yeah. Every day you woke up, you'll be like, okay, I need to do this and this and that. Whereas compared to people 9 to 5 work in the office, they will be like, okay, they already know whatever it is, I don't go anywhere, I just come back to this space. But whereas when you have the flexibility, you can go here, you can go here, then you are quite easily get distracted. Yeah, that's my.
Okay, so how do you organize? Like, do you block off your time by setting certain meetings in between? It's like your cooking lunch hour or something. Like, do you organize yourself that way?
Organize.
Yeah. So how do you organize your workday? Come share tips here.
How do I organize? I think I would try to, depends on how many accounts I have. Let's say I have 4 accounts, then I would say like, okay, Monday is for this account, and then Tuesday is for this account, Wednesday is for that account.
Okay.
So you plan like weekly basis kind of planning.
Yeah,
like, so for
weekly.
this week is kind of what I have. Then I'll just
Yeah, but also like I think because of my work nature, there are a lot of things I need to prepare for contingency plan. Because I can't really set a fix. I need to accommodate the client schedule and all that. I think that's the I wouldn't say USP, but I think that's the thing that's a value that we can provide to our client, because the flexibility we have.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Honestly, right, that's one of the things I kind of don't miss about working in an office environment, because no. So here's the thing, right? Because that flexibility that you mentioned,
Yeah.
we can go on site, to be with the client if we need to be. Also, that's totally given to us.
Yeah.
And like sometimes some companies have the rule, right, where you need to be in the office, and if you want to go out, you need to see your manager's approval and all that. You need to tell them which hours to be out, and you need to report back and things like that. So in the creative field, that kind of is limiting if you need to like go and reshoot some footage, for example.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So honestly, like that has been quite that's been quite nice to have. But how do you discipline your day now? Or you just become
it like what Trish said, like, it's very hard to be disciplined in the sense that we got so much freedom that for me, I basically work in my room because my working table is right next to my bed. And I don't have a life.
No life.
And like Eric said, I don't have a life.
cry to the camera.
How many times do I have to cry today? Okay, so what I do is basically I try to wake up at the same time every day for weekdays, and then I try to like list down the things I need to do the day before lah. So the next day I just wake up and then I try to work on things. But usually it's also like Trace, I work on accounts by accounts lah. So if I have an account today, so if I already make up my mind to do this today, then I'll just continue to do whatever I have planned. But like Trish said also, we got so many, accident happening, emergencies. So we need to also talk to our clients at different timings. I just have a discussion with them. Also, sometimes they need our help for something emergency as well. So we will have to try to talk to them at some time also. And then, I think at first also I'm not very used to working so freely. So I used to feel I cannot work at home. So I try to go to cafes or co-working space. So I just try to sit at a place that I feel like it's a working environment for me, and then I'll start working. Right. Then I'll be very productive in a sense lah. But then after a while, I just got used to. What's that?
You sleeper.
Hey, I just got used to what the working style and the everything. So now I try to stay at home, and most of the time I just rearrange my time because sometimes I also will feel
weekend.
Yeah, I work on weekends sometimes because I feel
Sunday every time it's like ping ping ping, all the notifications come out.
Because
no life.
Okay lah, but I feel much more better working during weekends, because sometimes the client will give you, like, they will only talk to you on weekdays. So on weekends I can focus on my own thing, like very focus on it, and then I'll finish everything very fast. So I like to work on weekends and I don't have a life, so it's okay. Give up already.
No, but you usually sign up for singing classes, so
yeah, I'm waiting for it. Yeah,
life coming soon.
Yeah,
life coming soon.
No, but I think so like in a way it's like it's kind of different, right? Because here we get to like kind of choose how we set things up. So the I guess the two-prong the two sides of it, right, is we get to choose our happiness and also our pain.
Oh yes. It's true, because sometimes we have to like do very last minute work because we have been procrastinating the whole time. So
This is the truth.
I have to tell the boss
the
also.
creative juice just doesn't come out until the urgency will help to
Yes, it's true. It's
enhance the productivity. Sorry to say that.
Yeah,
but
there's a saying, it's like diamonds are created under immense pressure.
Yes.
So we will set ourselves up
we're trying to be
for that
diamond.
immense stress, hate ourselves 1 week. And then after you're done with everything, it's like, oh, it feels so good.
Really, yes.
Things are done so fast. Things are
Yes.
so neat now. Everything's on time.
You're just like, what am I procrastinating? This is so easy, man. But just right after the work done and you get a new task in, you feel like, oh shit,
again.
the new cycle comes in again. I'm like, oh my god.
Then you have to stop yourself. It's like,
Sitting-
no, I'm
I
not
need to
doing
take
this
a break.
anymore. But yeah, it's kind of fun. That's like for me also, right? I feel, how to say, the contentment is there, because if I choose to torture myself by working from 10 p.m. until 3 a.m., I can't. But it's my choice,
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
my choice, because I think like it's kind of the flexibility. I know not everyone would like their work arrangements being fixed. Some people won't like it being too loose either. Like it really depends on the structure, right? Oh,
Uh, okay.
we're not gonna get fired, right, Eric?
Recorded, Eric said, okay, not getting fired.
Okay.
What complaints do we have about our bosses?
Suddenly hijack our conversation.
Yeah, wait, that was-
Hijack your thought process.
Yeah,
you
my
were talking about.
That was another Pikachu moment, by the way. So suddenly my brain grinded to a halt. That's not the question we had, but such is true. But okay, so complaints are. For me, honestly, not really got complaints actually. Maybe
Not yet.
Maybe
Not
not yet.
yet.
Not yet.
So I haven't got the emotional damage
No,
yet.
I'll say.
And not fair like that.
complaints,
Not fair.
No. Okay, so I'll be honest. I say honest one. I honest one already. So I think it's not to say. It's not complaints. I won't say it's complaints, but got quirks, quirks that you notice about, like everyone has
Like
their
what, like
working
what?
quirk. So like I cannot throw how many lines by Eric about timing already, It's like you tell me, hey, we've been here since 10 o'clock. I'm like, oh shit, I forget about the appointment. I was like, okay, faster. It's like, okay,
All the
I'm coming
heart
on the way,
attacks.
on the way.
All the heart attacks.
On the way,
then
padahal
later-
he's at home also.
Yeah, but how then Fish was like, don't listen lah, no, we're not there yet. Then Eric's like, okay lah, we only go at 4. Then I'm like, okay. But it's part of the adrenaline of life, I guess. So, okay lah. And after that, feel very things are already very awake. So,
It's just very small thing happening to you.
Oh yeah, no.
yeah. But no emotion damage.
Not
So like,
fair.
don't have complaints about the quote I noticed. So like when you mention timing, I'll just go back up the messages or like check betul or not. No, not betul. Okay, don't need to. But no, that's one lah. But
What complaint?
this one don't you look at camera. Okay, look directly at bosses right there. Yeah, we publicly have our feedbacks.
Like a publicly appraisal like that.
Public
reverse
appraisal.
appraisal.
Yeah.
No, I don't. How to
Don't
say?
say don't have. You say emotional damage as well. So
Yeah, I think like I said, the first year was like full of emotional damage until like I really want to quit the job, and then like mostly it just, how to say, Eric doesn't give. But that's his style lah. I accepted it. I accepted that's who he is already. Why your face?
Just don't accept. You have to fight.
Okay. I accepted like no comment is compliment is good.
Oh.
No comment is good comment. Cause sometimes we'll be like, yeah, are we doing the right thing? Then we'll be like keep like doubting. So is it true or not? But then like in the end of the day, Harry will say, no, comment is good comment. Okay, well, then I just take it. I just accept who he is lah. Yeah, I embrace.
Everyone is talking about Eric only. Obviously, we don't have any complaints for the other two bosses.
we'll let the audience guess which one is which lah. But one boss will always come with one bottle in hand one. Then of course, no complaints.
Sometimes two.
We forget all the complaints. Forget already. Even if God also forget already.
Happily forget it.
Also on the screen one. But yeah. But Gladys is helping you, Tris.
How about being forced to wear sarong and slipper for this talk show? Okay lah, I think this is a good team. I'm not forced. I'm not forced. I quite like the current.
Yeah.
Not under duress, Tris. Blink twice if you need help.
What? It's not blink so many times already.
No, I actually quite like the slipper culture because like there I don't have to think what to wear every day, what to pair with my outfit and all that. I quite like a slipper.
But also because you don't have to deal with the pain of trying to find the socks to wear with the shoes.
Yeah.
It's like suddenly you find one and the other one, the missing brother or sister, don't know where in the laundry.
You know, as a woman, we have already too many problems that we need to deal with. So I think slipper is a good one to just minimize one of my problems.
I think it's partially to encourage us to start wearing slippers with him to meetings also now.
Even
Hey,
before
actually,
entering
Actually, he wore slippers to meeting what?
Yeah. That's why like now we're terminating him. Like I also start
We are
wearing
doing the same thing lah.
appointments with him also.
Alamak. Is it a good thing?
For someone in slipper.
Mm.
Oh, but Nathan also had a comment from earlier. So yeah, Nathan agrees with Tris. It takes a lot of discipline to control your path. Freedom is a double-edged sword. Yes, I like that. I
It
like
is.
that. Freedom to choose also means you have to choose.
Yeah.
Where to eat. You know, if there's two places to eat, you choose out A or B and that's it.
Yeah.
But
But
when
when you got
all
plenty of choices.
A to Z.
Yeah, A to Z, because we don't have the rules confined.
Yeah.
It's like you have 18 choices, so you choose one more.
Mm.
Yeah, then it becomes, the hardest question to answer. But okay lah. Complaints?
Alamak. Kena
Yeah.
juga.
No, don't forget
Aiya.
you one. Don't forget
I
you
say
one.
then you have to say also.
Yeah, you say must fight, so I thought you would have something to say, because what to fight?
Funny thing to Daniel.
Daniel.
Oh, you jahat this one.
Daniel is just too far away lah, so nothing much actually.
Daniel too far away.
Daniel can drop by more time. Can come visit us
Fish
more.
misses you.
Yeah, or
Which
we go your second or third office.
No exposing.
Then okay lah. I think Daniel overall is okay for me, and I work a lot with Selena. So if for the style of working, of course I prefer working with Selena more than Eric, because Selena. Because Selena,
Give it to
no, because Selena is very straightforward. She want A B C, then she will tell you A B C. But if you talk to Eric, if ask him what he want, he will say, "What do you think?" Or like, "Do you think A B C D E F G is good?" Then you have to like, then you say maybe you like A B C. Then he'll say, "Why do you think A B C is good?" So it's very like, can you just tell me A B C or anything lah? You just tell me the answer can ah.
So how can Eric do better?
Just stop
This is really
stop
like
the
Friends,
emotion.
not-
Stop the emotional damage is good enough already. I think most of the time he's okay. Sometimes I don't know lah. Sometimes when I ask him things, he can just give you straightforward answers, but sometimes cannot. So it makes me very confusing. How am I supposed to ask him questions?
So you want more sayang lah.
No. No need sayang. Just give straightforward answers. No need sayang. No need. No need.
Okay.
But I mean, okay, perhaps I'll share my perspective. Because I'm the fresher one, ma. I'm the fresher one. Then you all can fact check me, see whether somebody my impression. Because I think like Selena Eric's style is quite different, like Eric's style is more, how to say, when you say leave it to you, betul is like entire thing leave to you. Any question you have drowning, then only you ask him.
Maybe you're about to die already. Then only he'll come.
No lah, but that's really the thing, ma. It's like, Eric really, when you say trust you to do, it means trust you to do everything A to Z one. Then only if you have a question, then you find him. Otherwise, he really won't kacau you, won't check on you also. So won't check half time or not. Because I know some bosses like had last time also, right? They say leave it to you. But that is like leave it to you until the cutoff point, then they'll check in, if they don't hear from you by the time they're like, still alive, everything going well, or see we shock into the camera also.
This one topik hangat sangat.
Topik hangat.
Cannot, the camera cannot work also already. Terus.
No, but it's true, right? Because like I think for like Eric's style, that's really how it works. But some bosses I imagine like they really just leave it to you until a certain point. But the trust is not full because they trust you until that degree. But they still follow up. They'll poke a little bit here and there. It's not entirely you still. So yeah, that's what I noticed about Eric's style. But then for Selena will like she'll always follow up from behind one. So it's like just checking.
Yeah.
Is it okay? Oh, hi Sayong. Hello. We're complaining about boss topic hangat.
Yeah.
Yes, we are. This one not our question also, This one Eric changed the question one. We didn't have this question. So
Obviously.
he's inviting us to complain. So we take opportunity.
He mau complain sangat bagi.
Yeah, but working with Selena is very organized one. So she'll tell you like, okay, let's say after the meeting, right? Straight, okay, we discuss, this is what we discussed. So maybe we can, by this time we need to finish by this.
Yeah.
Get things ahead. one
Always
month
a
at
time. Yeah, always
So
have a
it's more
timeline.
predictable, in a sense, because you kind of know what she wants, what she thinks will be good, and if you don't agree, also you keep reminding you, like, if you don't agree, say you don't agree, say you don't. You don't
Yeah.
agree, say. So it's quite different, lah. But
Yeah.
Eric will face it as question. Eric will always be like, "What do you think is good?" Eh?" So whenever I ask him a question, he'll ask you back a question like,
That's his way of psycho actually. Betul.
but yeah, that's why I think it's different style more.
Very different.
Yeah. So I'll say that's why I will say, like, it's always, I phrase it as quirks, because like, I don't really have complaints. It's just like, now I faham the style. Okay lah.
Yeah.
Try to
I
adapt.
just
lor.
embrace.
Yeah, because sometimes I mistakenly, like, I'll just try to follow up with Eric, and Eric's like, "Why you message me about work? Don't message on WhatsApp. Just keep it to Monday only." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Oh yeah, he used to say that to me also.
Yeah.
Why
That's
did
like-
you ask me think about work on WhatsApp? Huh? Otherwise, where?
Yeah, that's why I say he prefer to keep everything on Monday. Work don't touch on WhatsApp. Our WhatsApp group also for the company is really just to
Okay.
talk and share memes only.
share a lot of memes
Share a
and,
lot of memes.
and weird conversation. That one cannot.
But yes,
Okay.
Simon also noticed. Hot until camera also drop. Yeah, camera also the stun already. Then no more kopi and makan for you all. Nah, still got one.
No one,
Boss
still
only
got
guarantee
one.
our immunity.
Boss sendiri also mau makan mah.
Correct. Makan together one. Yeah.
No,
This is-
Yeah.
no,
this is
not
official.
that way. No.
Chris, what do you do when people talk about this?
Cannot.
Strange. But that is, I think this is
Yeah.
in regard to like the style of leadership, right? So yeah, both not technically wrong technically, it's just how we adapt to the style of leadership. Yeah, exactly. Because everyone's way of working is always different. No matter how similar, also it's always somewhat a little bit different.
Yeah.
The approach is very similar. So I think it's just a matter of like getting used to it and
Yeah.
asking questions and trying to really understand how they work and find a way to integrate
Yeah,
how they work.
and also it's a good thing that they have a slightly different style of leadership, because then they can like complement each other, and also we can like seek for others' help, like seek for the other party's help when we are facing problem with the other party. Yeah, cannot say that who. Okay, you all know lah.
The other party. Okay, so yeah, but I think that's where it can be very uncomfortable sometimes for some people, right? When it comes to the getting used to it phase. Like, I think that's one thing that I really like that I think is quite true also. It's that when you start out at something, like you guarantee to suck at it until you get better, right? So that's generally the gaming term as well. People just say you get good, which doesn't help, but
Just
you just
keep
finally
going.
get better at it lah. So I think like a question that would be good to ask is, how did we learn to get comfortable with being uncomfortable? Because the very nature of creative work, right, is it's always up in the air. There's no, like for example, engineering, you follow the math calculations for what is a stable bridge. There's always one right answer, one ma. There's different ways of doing it, but there's always going to be a right answer.
Yeah.
Creative is like, you don't really know. It's yes, no.
Yeah, it all depends on like
Yeah. And
personal
the-
likings.
Correct. And like the nature of our job will always be evolving depending on like the season, the project, what new changes come by, which is
The trends.
yeah, there's like tons of changes every now and then, right?
Yeah.
So, again, I guess since we start with you all the time, food. Yeah, very sudden, huh?
So sudden,
I'm learning
shit.
to do the same thing you guys do too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so how do you like how do you get yourself to be comfortable with like all the uncertainty and being uncomfortable?
I think in work we just try to learn and try to go through every trend and see what's suitable for our clients, and also like we just plug in things accordingly lah. But then for uncertainties, and I think I quite enjoy the uncertainties actually, because we get to try a lot of new things. Because when we first write, right, we enjoyed writing a lot, and then after a while we feel like a bit bored, and then because we are constantly writing for the same client, for example,
Yeah.
then it is always revolving around the same topic around the same industry. So sometimes it gets a little bit boring. Then we started to buy a lot of props like cameras and stuff like that. Then we get to start experimenting on shootings, live shows like this, because we have never done this before. So it's very uncomfortable for me, of course, but I quite enjoy it because it gets outside of something we are very boring of. Yeah, so I think that's how we get used to it also lah, because we tried new things, and every time it's a new experiment for us.
Yeah. So like Nathan says, just by getting thrown into the deep end.
Yeah,
Fastest way to
to learn swimming. Yeah,
Swim or die, either one.
yeah.
Was pretty extreme that way. But I think, yeah, the whole thing about learning to be uncomfortable, like how I do it, right? Because I don't know why. I have this thing where I choose
Violence.
violence and to be uncomfortable most of the time. Right? So
Oh.
no, because like I've been in like two fields. Right? I started out with freelance writing. So from that part of my uni years, I was studying while I was writing as well. Then jumped into recruitment, and now I'm back into the marketing creative field while also still doing on the side, right? So it's uncomfortable, but I think it's how I do it is I approach it with thinking from the perspective of like being curious. We're doing good in the live show. Thank you, Sharon, for the affirmation. MC, we're not doing good enough. So thank you.
C. Eric, C. Sharon say good.
Okay. Don't too much. Later.
Later kena sack.
No. But yeah, I think how I do is I just approach it with like you say, it's that surprise element for yourself. So it's like you do the same thing over and over. It's like, oh, very bored. Then suddenly something different to do. It's like, okay, it's a break, and then you go back to it. So it's like the procrastination habit, but in a bigger form. Because like if you do halfway bored, what are you gonna do? Sweep the floor a bit lah. Then come back and
Yeah.
a bit. So to me, it's like that switch of work between careers as well. Like it's uncomfortable because you have to keep up different standards. You learn different things entirely, and in the beginning you're gonna, because once you go a certain distance in one aspect, right? Let's say you're very good at this game, and suddenly you have to play a new game, and you just keep getting like shot every single time, and then you suck, and then you suck, and then like I don't really want to play this game anymore. And then after a while you start getting better at it, and like suddenly like, oh okay, suddenly it's not so bad, and it's bearable suddenly, and then okay lah, now we
suddenly bearable.
and then it clicks like, okay, then it's not bad. I just sucked in the beginning, but I'm learning. So that's, I guess, how I start becoming comfortable. So to me, it's just sit with the uncomfortable feeling until you're comfortable, lor. And then try to seek the new discomfort so that you know that you're growing at least. But that's the way I do it now.
No, I think
What was that?
you're full. I think
Catch.
no, I think for me, I just like Fish was mentioning about like how when you get thrown to new things and you don't know what to do, you just follow whatever it is, just trying to figure out trial and error. For me, I just try to accept that everyone is just human, regardless the client side or our side. Actually, the truth is a lot of people don't know what they are doing, including the client. Sometimes they don't know what they want. Sometimes they need us to make the decision. Sometimes we're not sure what we are doing, and you enjoy the uncertainty by also same like no trial and error. But for me, I just try to accept that. Oh, probably they also don't know what they want. So let's just try to figure out the parts that we don't know together to see what else. Because in the end, probably we are not finding an answer. We're just trying to explore until see where this can take us to. That's how I getting comfortable. Not comfortable lah. I don't know how to describe this.
Not like really try to get comfortable, but just used to it, right? Just try to just adapt to that. I think I agree to what Tyler said just now. Like, it's actually the process of getting better at something that makes us more comfortable actually, because then you get more confident in what you're doing. But actually, and it's that process itself is the most valuable one for in my opinion, because when you just started learning, you feel like you don't know anything. You feel like I suck at this. But when you know this thing like totally fully, you also will feel like macam no sense of achievement, right? But it's the process of learning that makes you feel like, wow, I'm very good at this. I'm quite good at learning things. So I think it's the process is the best thing that happens lah. For people lah. I think for a lot of people they will doubt themselves at the beginning, but just trust the process lah.
Yeah, we can clip that, trust the process. Look in the camera and repeat again.
Trust the process.
So aggressive. Oh, other new question I didn't notice also the panel.
Huh?
Do we get enough praise from our bosses? You want to answer first? You're very passionate about this.
Definitely not. Okay, I just have to say this. I just have to say this.
Selena behind.
Just like what Trish say, no comment is a good thing. So most of the time our bosses, not our bosses lah, because when it comes to creative work and like designs and everything, I always go to Eric ma, because he's the person for it. So most of the time he got comments lah. So I didn't get the no comment is a good thing level yet. I'm not there yet. So I always got comments, and then not knowing what I've done right, but knowing what I've done wrong. So that makes me like not getting enough praise lah. But that's okay lah. Right? Because he openly wrote 2 posts complimenting me. So just let him go lah.
But you see, right? Here it says bosses, not boss. So I also need to cover your notice.
Bosses ah. Daniel, I really got nothing much together like for work related stuff lah. Not really much together like working with Daniel. But Selena, I think Selena complimented me quite a lot actually, because she actually sometimes she will tell me that she's seen me grown from like very beginning of me working with her, and then until now that I've grown to how I can actually handle the client myself. I think that's the biggest compliment I've ever received from the bosses lah. Yeah. So because I know that I got a place in the company that I can tell my family I'm good enough.
Actually, I'm okay.
Yeah, actually I'm good. I'm okay.
But you see, there's balance, ma. So one will tell you all the improvement things, one will praise you. So one will whack, one will sayang, ma. That's like parents.
You jangan. You're trying to play the fair thing you don't You better tell what's your opinion on this?
My opinion, for me, I'm like, okay, a bit different lah. Praise to me, right, is like it's good when it comes, but I thrive off all the negativity one.
Huh? What do you mean?
So like, okay, to me, if I know there's a lot that is not right, that means there's a lot of room to grow. And I always look at it from the perspective like, because I mean, one of my mentors is in gamification, ma. So the whole concept of that learning that he taught me was, you don't think of it as this is hard, this is not good. He said, think of it as like you're playing a game. How much better can you get this to the point where you just beat the game and set a high score?
Oh.
So the way he'll tell me to do it is like you lay out all the feedback that you don't like and try to make this good so that you start seeing more green instead of red.
Like beating the bosses.
Yeah, so it's like it just levels up. So once you beat everything, become green already, and everything is consistently green, then you know you could.
Oh.
So I look at it that way. It's like, you look at it the other way, it's like all the pain is going to be, life will be very bad. So I say, might as well look at it that way. And once you see green constantly, it's like, don't you want to see that lady? And like, I can't do this. Better lah. So I'm like, okay, no nonsense, just do better. So I'm like, I don't know lah. But in terms of whether I get enough praise or not, because I don't really focus for it, it's like 0 is also a good one.
No comment is good.
No comment is also a good one.
True.
To me, that means like, okay, nothing
Nothing
is
much.
wrong, therefore
Yeah.
okay. Then I can try to make sure it becomes good later. But not getting like good keeps me going. I've been wired by my Asian parents already to think that way.
Yeah. But that's actually very good mindset to have.
No, I don't think that complicated. For me, it's just if you give me one, but I'll just take it. I don't think okay, take it. I'm happy.
Thank you.
Happily accept it.
I happily accept it. I won't give it a doubt or whatever. Daniel always give me a lot of affirmation,
Mm.
which is like I'll be like, "Aya, what to do lah?" But Daniel will always be like, "No worries, it's not your fault. Everything is okay. Everything we got you covered and things like that." And Selena also, I think, will give affirmation and all that. Eric sometimes will.
Alamak, Eric pula yang
Eric
kena
sometimes
again.
will give you pew
Oh my God,
emoji.
slipper is coming.
I say got pew emoji I say you will give pew emoji, which is good God, he got
flying slippers,
he
man.
got he will still give not compliment he will just pew.
He will hint you some.
Pew.
Okay, you're doing good on this.
Yeah.
Pew like that.
Pew is his compliment.
Yeah, I don't want that.
Oh, but actually I got compliment. That time we went to makan because it's after 3 months already, ma. So I asked him, I said, Eric, anything can improve or not? He said, no, I think you're doing okay. I think you're doing good. Just okay.
Why he's so good to you, one? Wait.
I'm being honest. I cannot hide one. I'm not hiding.
Why so good one?
Don't jealous. This one, I belum kena broken yet. Coming soon, I think.
Do you compliment your boss? Sharon asked. Nice slipper, man.
Oh God.
Nice. Oh, a lot of hairs. Yeah. Nice hairs.
6 up song, ah.
Do we
He's
compliment?
getting emotional damage now because you're saying bad things about him.
But have you guys ever compliment your boss? I mean, it's very weird to compliment your boss.
I compliment. I just say good things.
How?
Say
Say to who?
I got say to Eric before.
Oh, is it?
I got say to Eric before. I say actually compare with. I say like that, macam I coax you like that. No. Macam doctor you like no. You know.
See, now you hold back on the praise. How you expecting the praise?
Okay.
Have to start first more.
No, I could say something like compare with other bosses out there. I say there are many manager or bosses out there. They hire people to do things, but whereas they don't really have the skill to teach their employees.
That one I agree.
They're like if you want to have someone to ask like to confirm, hey, whether are we doing this correctly, or they usually say I don't know. Some of the bosses, I said. Then I told Eric, I said, but you actually
know your stuff.
Yeah, you know your stuff well, and then like you. I said you deserve to say that to us,
Yeah.
Because he know what he's doing.
I've never said that to Eric, but that's what I felt also. I think I told
that's what she felt also.
Yeah.
Hana, handsome lah. Okay, give.
Handsome.
Good, handsome.
Happy now.
That fake smile.
Yeah. I think as far as praise goes, like I was thinking lah, like, okay, I've only ever phrased it objectively, in terms of like the things that we do here that I think are good. But I've never directed the praise directly to any one person. I always phrase it objectively. Yeah. So that's actually a good question. We need to start.
Yeah. Maybe they need that also. Okay.
Of course not. Selena also. Yes, Selena is very very nice. Went to work over.
Okay.
Oh, can wrap up. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God, it's really 9 o'clock.
Between got more questions. What do you got more questions?
Between the three of us, who has the least probability of leaving the company? Who asked this question?
This one can't be us, This is definitely not our question.
The one that's actually
Eric one. But Eric already know the answer, ma. He always say, I'm not gonna leave the company until I die.
So guys,
Because I got no life.
actually Fish and Eric love each other so much.
No.
They really love each other so much.
No.
It's like arguing couple like
Yeah.
No.
They say the most
No.
like unbearable things, but in
No.
deep
I'm just gonna say no until the end of the live
They
show.
don't
Bye.
care about each other. But do you agree with Fish's consensus?
I think yeah. Probably Fish will be the least. Because I do think Fish put a lot of effort an emotion
Heart.
inside a heart,
Heart. Pour my heart.
pouring heart to the company lah. Not to say I don't have, but then I feel like you feel it more.
I think I terbuat.
The
I have to cut it down a bit.
Okay, boy, this is the praise tax, is it? Praise only, then you get more.
Yes,
so
yes.
There's a paywall now, is it? Have to praise
Yes.
first.
Okay, to wrap up the do we want to do one more question or do we just wrap up?
Do we have time for one more question? Can I? Can I?
Okay. Okay, one last question. Any regrets? Any regrets to let's narrow it down. Any regrets to change your job, change
Change the
transition,
industry.
or any regrets to work in this company, or any regrets?
That's not narrowing down.
That's widening the question.
Just choose one.
Okay, choose one.
Okay, choose one. Which one?
I think let's answer different
Okay.
perspective we want now. Okay, so for me, like do I regret transitioning from finance to doing marketing? No, I would say no, totally no, because I really don't see myself in doing anything related to finance for now. Let's not like make it still, but and I'm relatively happy now lah. I think I would say, because I'm doing something that is very challenging for me, and it's not as boring as what I thought it would be for like in finance
regret
lah.
working with Ari?
That one we leave it for another day, okay?
It's dodge the question.
Yes.
So what's your version of what comes to mind when you see the question?
Any regrets?
Any regret working in marketing, I think, because like I'm having like such a huge controversial background. Like everyone will be like, "Hey, you law degree, you
studied so hard for law."
studied so hard for that." But I don't think, like Chinese, there's this saying is like, regardless what industry you're working in, there's something for you. And so I believe marketing also got something for me to explore more. I believe all the hard skill or soft skill, all is transferable and applicable to when I switch to another industry also. Yeah. Hello.
What about you?
Any regrets?
Any
I
regrets?
think the first question that comes to mind, and that is, I guess, throughout all the jumping I've done in my career, because like ironically, right, when I was a recruiter, even my CV is probably worse than my candidates, and I was advising them on what they should have been doing. Because I don't know, like to me, right, I was one of those HRs that I look at the CV and if it's jumpy, I'm like, I want to find out why. Because my jumps as well was purposeful, but in some ways it's been quite like a choppy career, right? Because I've not been sticking with one thing for like 3 years, let's say. So in terms of regrets on the, let's say, changes I've had in my career so far, I don't think I regret. I regret how some things may have ended in some places, not mentioning any names. But I think as far as like regretting the choice to take that journey or to take that step, I don't think I regret any of it now. Because to me, right, the way I look at experience is you learn the good stuff that comes with it, all the new skills, the new exposure, meet new people, for example. That's all the fun stuff. But you can't have that without also having that risk of, failing at something along the way, making some mistakes, meeting some of the wrong people as well. Happens in every step, I guess. But it's part of the learning journey. Because, I always look at the net effect of after the experience, was it better or worse? And if it's always better, then no regrets. So you take the wins with the losses. It's part of it. So that my general approach is, I don't think of it in terms of regrets. I just own the decision I've made. Whatever it is, you make the bed you sleep in. Just accept it. So no, I wouldn't say I regret any of it. It's been exciting. Sometimes you question what the hell are you doing, but it's worth it.
Okay. Good job.
Good job, everyone.
Yes. Okay. So I think that brings us pretty much to the end of this show. So thanks to all of you who have tuned in on a Monday. It's a public holiday. Some of you are probably still in Balik Kampung. So thanks for spending time with us on Sarong and Slippers. And tune in. I guess we're here every Monday, unless otherwise stated.
Yes.
So stay tuned, and more to come on Sarong and Slippers. So yeah, see you guys.
Bye.
Okay, bye.